Hello and welcome. Welcome to the pivot point. Now the pivot point is a very simple mesh. You go into here. You want to look for the pivot. I'll show you. Go to here. Go to empty. Inside here, you've got a plane axis, so forth. You've also got a pivot point. You've got an arrow. The arrow is called that. It's really a pivot point. That's what it is. So the pivot point usually comes with three sticks on it. I'm going to use the multi modeler. So that's what I'm going to use. So as I said, I'm just making a pivot point that's completely utterly different to everybody else's. So I'm going to do, how can I kind of word it? Multi-dimension, probably. Yeah, that's probably the word I'm going to use. So I'm going to use multi-dimension to basically make my game look better. Of course, to do that, I need to go down here. Of course, you won't find this axis basically as far as I know anywhere on the internet. I know because I'm going to look for it. Of course, I've got to make sure that it's all scaled, almost perfectly accurate. So I think now I scale all my work is scaled to inches, just in case you know that. In case you don't know that, if you go into Blender, if you go into here, if you look at the units, it says metric. So at the moment, everything is made in metric. It doesn't really matter what it's made in. Honestly, you can pick whatever size you want. As I said, it's all the whole entire dimensional sphere, pivot point, how whatever you want to call it. It's not really a sphere, but it is, but it's not. So as I said, it sounds kind of confusing, but it's not. It's neither one or the other. So what I want to do is scale it out. Now, if you look at things in real life, you will notice that everybody works to a scale of 10. Thinking, really? Everything comes in packs of like 6 and 12, and everything's scaled to roughly about 3. I think, really? I think, oh yeah, you go and look at everyday things, everyday items, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, can I take all of the dimensions and put them into a multi-dimensional 3D graphic? I think, yeah, like when you model something, if it's symmetric, which means the same both sides, just in case you're young, I think what happens if it's the same both sides, and I can only see one half of the object at any one time. How about when I can't physically see the other half? How about I just flip the face around? So instead of having four faces, I don't have four faces. So you know that. Most people have three. So let me just look at this. Now it's all kind of good, but it's kind of not. Because what I need to do is flip it round. As I said, I'm gonna make sure that it moves properly. So look back here. Now I can leave a nice little bevel on it because some websites really gotta have really got to think about actual bevels on an edge. They really have, and it's not really the company; it's the gaming company. Because when you put it into like a game engine, you'll notice virtually all game engines tell you, "Oh, you're missing the smoothing group." I'm thinking, yeah. How about this one then? How about we got a six-dimensional navigation system? I'm thinking, yeah. I don't just have a six-dimensional navigation system. I also have a 12 navigation system. Now, of course, the, it's the same thing, except, like I said to you, things can be sets of 3, sets of 6, and sets of 12, just in case you're wondering. Now, of course, if I open up my Blender and I throw this in the game world, you might think, oh, it's a bit high. No, it's the exact same. A bit wide. No, it's the exact same. If you look at the box, it's all scaled within the Blender box. And let's bring in one of Blender's little goodies because I want to. So I want to go here. Now it's not called the fifth, it's now called the sixth. Just in case you're wondering, as I said, you don't have to have the plane, you can leave it exactly where it is. And it's not going to make any kind of difference to your geometry, except apart from add a bit more geometry. But I think how do you want to look at the whole case scenario? Of course, later on, when I talk about what you can actually do with this, yeah, it's going to change your entire way of looking at game modeling, gameplay, and everything else. So I think you just go looking for the actual export button. So go here, export. I don't want that. Go here. For some reason, my menu's closed, and yeah, I'm just trying to work out where the file is. Inside here, go.png. And I said, I like to be able to navigate my world in whichever way. Of course, I know you can just use the three pins. Basically, you got back, say left or right, and then you got up. Yeah, but there's supposed to be 6 pins there, plus the centre pivot. Because you got an up, down, left, right, backwards, and forwards. I think, that's great. But isn't there a couple of directions missing? Like northeast, southeast, southwest? I think, yeah, that would make up, yeah, the extra missing ones. But of course, you don't just add those because then you got to look at the gaps in between those. And of course, if you keep scaling it, eventually you end up with a great big massive round ball. I think, yeah, as I said, you start from a little single point on the screen. You end up going to a ball. You pull the ball out, and then of course you extrude the edges to make it look like a nice little point, so it's all coming outwards. Of course, if you look at the whole scenario of the actual sixth dimension, that's what I'm going to tell you. That's not on the 12th dimension yet. Everything comes out, nothing ever goes in. I think does it make a difference? I think not really. But again, if you follow my game content, as I said, this is part of Emma's Cube. So as I said, if you're watching her content, my content is gonna kind of get a little bit. The only word I can use is kind of strange. But when I kind of explain the content, you're gonna think, how come I've never actually thought of that myself? Now go here, look, if we're gonna throw in the axis, so this is Blender's axis. So where is it? It's right there, look. So if you look at the actual template, my template, of course, when you bring in this plane here is basically this. That's exactly what it is, except it's invisible. I'll be there. Okay, great. I don't want something in the world that I can't actually physically see. Cool. Even though it's invisible, I can scale it. I don't want to scale it because that's the scale it is. Now, if you look at Blender's one, Blender's one is a whole square, that's this big. Zoom into mine's a little bit on the tiny side. Yeah, because like I said, I work to a Blender square. That's what I work to. So look here. You see how it fits in the four squares? You see here up at the edge of the actual framework. Watch. If I go to my arrow, it fits within the four squares inside the box. It's exactly the same thing, no different, except this one has been scaled up. So as I said, this is the standard default size for your game character. This is the standard default size for my character. So as I said, it's up to you. As I said, you don't have to use my content. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click on this thing. I'm going to get rid of it because I really don't like it. So I think I don't like this thing either. But I think yeah, it's better than I like to see what's there. So if I want to hide it, I'll just press that and hide it. So I don't need it to be hidden in the game world. So if there's extra geometry in the game world, I want to be able to see. So as I said, if I don't want to show it on camera, I'll just turn the camera off so the camera can't see. So it's pretty easy and pretty simple. And of course, what I want to do with this, just because I want to really kind of know, if you open Blender and you might look at, now this you might know, but I don't know, so this is what I'm doing. I'm thinking, which direction is north? Which one is south? Obviously south's going down, but now is that down or is that way down? If you turn it to the side, if you look at it from as if this is the top and this is the bottom, how do you know it's not upside down? Because if you look at the actual thing here, it says Z is up. So if Z is up here, what's down here? If X is over here, and Y. You got X. If you look over here, look, you got X over here, which is on the red. You got the Y, which is on the green. And I'm thinking, okay, so the X again, this is minus X. So we got X here. And so basically this is the front and this is the back. I mean, yeah, great. Now you can't tell that by looking at the thing on the floor. You got to look here. You can look here. Of course, this way would be forward and this way would be back. So this is forward and this is back, according to that map. So if you look here, it says Z minus, so down here is minus, up here is plus. So apparently this way is up. Yeah, great. I'm going to take the actual compass and I'm going to basically stick the letters right on top of the actual bar. So if I want to go north, I can point it north. If I want to go south, I can point it south. And if I want to go reverse, I can just basically turn it around. As easy and as simple as that. Anyway, this is just a new asset if you want it. I call it the sixth pivot, the sixth dimension. I'm going to tell you, but really, I'm going to call it the sixth pivot because it is a pivot. That's all it is. It's nothing special. So as I look down here, look. Now, if you look down this part, you see how you can't see the pivot. Watch. Go here. Go to add an empty. If you add this one, if you look down here now, you'll see a pivot. You see, look, all it says is object data properties, which is here. Now, of course, if I want to add it in there, I can, but really, I don't need to do that. You say to scale up the size of the actual thing. Now, of course, if you look here, that'll be one metric. So go here, look at it, thinking, no. Even though it is, but I'm thinking, no, that's my metric. So I'm thinking, I'm going here, and I'm not, as I said, I'm not doing metric, I'm doing inches. So I'm thinking, do I want the arrow? Now, of course, you can change that to whatever you want. You can have this thing, you can have this thing, you can have a single arrow, or you'd want that. I don't know. You could have a circle. I think, really, I've got a circle like that. I think, no, it gets even worse. I'm thinking, okay, we can have a cone. I'm thinking, really? I'm thinking, no, thank you. Anyway, I don't want it. Right click and delete it. It's absolutely useless. So I'm thinking, click on your actual thing on here. When you're all happy with it, look over here, make it perfect. Of course, what we want to do is color it. You see the colors on the stick, on the ring, on the actual mechanism. I'm just going to go here. I want to go to, as I said, I want to make sure that I get everything probably perfect. So when I export it, it actually works. So go to the 6, go here, delete that, go here, and go export. As I said, I'm working on this pivot, so later on you'll see the same pivot, except it's going to have north, south, east, and west. South, east, southwest on there. I know you can just look there, it's just easy. But I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. I just want to look here. I don't want to look here, there, and over there. I want to look in one direction. So I'm thinking, okay, what else do I want to do? Well, first of all, we can take these and we can just get rid of that. Because there's nothing there. It's just me messing around with the files. So go here, delete. Just kind of don't make another one. Get rid of that. I don't know what he's making the file. What's he doing? What's that? Okay, let me copy the name anyway, because I need the name of that. So yes, okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't really kind of get it. I don't even know how where it came from. So I want to call it pivot because it's called a pivot. That's what it is. So that's it. Just go in here, give it a name, give it a proper name, so we know what it is. But there's no point in you downloading. You thinking, okay, well, what is it? It's actually a pivot. That's what it is. Go to here, save. We're just going to save the file. So we got it. Now what we want to do is click on the bar, edit. Now, of course, we want to look at the blender plane, thinking, okay, blender, what color is the actual mechanism? It doesn't have a color. Is it black? No. Is it green? No. Is it gray? No. No. So what color is it? It doesn't have a color. it has a colour, but it doesn't have a white or black. I'm thinking, okay, let's go to texture. Now, of course, we want to be able to split everything up. Now, of course, before we do that, go to faces, zoom into the face, click on the end of the face. Okay. Now, of course, I can have all this individual if I wish to. Because you might want it individual, you might not. So maybe there's no forward, maybe it's kind of white, maybe it's blue. Maybe it goes in the opposite direction, looks going backwards, maybe it's black. Maybe you turn the lights off. So this is the end part of it. So I'm thinking, great, of course I can separate them all separate if I want to do that. So that way I've got less items in my geometry, but you still have the same amount of items, so it doesn't really matter. So play around, just kind of do it to your own kind of preference. As I said, what I'm doing, I'm splitting up my little kind of church steeple, basically. That's what it is. That's what I'm going to tell you. As I say, it's a pivot point, it's a church steeple. Like on top of the church, if you go on top of the church, you'll see something that looks like this. I'm thinking, really? I'm thinking, yep. That's kind of what gave me the idea for it, because I was walking down the road one day and I looked up on the church and I was thinking, yeah, what's that about? Thinking, what's what about? The steeple thing, this thing on top of the church. I mean, what's it about? Anyway, I was kind of curious. I wouldn't ask the priest. That's what I done. I said, what's the point of that? I said, because it's not an actual holy thing. And he goes, yeah, but it's a lightning thing. Yeah, even though that's what he told me, I'm thinking, really, I don't believe that a word of it. I think lightning, I think if lightning hit that, my friend, that thing would just disintegrate. I think there's no way could that thing up there, could you, even think about even interacting with the lightning. It can't do it. So I think the only thing that can be this thing here. The only reason for that, I suppose, Dan, now this is just me. Now, of course, I'm not saying that, that the kind of priest is telling me lies, but I think, yeah, he's not telling me the truth. He's really not. He's kind of twisting it a little bit, I think. He's telling me a story. That's what he's doing. I think, okay, great. I don't want a story. I just want you to know what it's actually really for. But I'm thinking, okay, is he really for that? Or is he for like an antenna? I think, have you ever seen an antenna like that? Actually, yeah, I have. In And believe it or not, the actual antenna I saw is down in the Antarctic. I think, and it looks like this. I think it looks exactly like this. No different. I think, yeah. So I think, is it actually an antenna? I think, yeah, it could be an antenna, but I can't really see the church kind of using some kind of CB radio. Maybe it's not a CB radio. Maybe it's something else. I think, no, it's nothing to do with the radio. So I'm thinking, I don't think so. Then again, it might be. So maybe I'll listen to the favourite music channel on it. So I don't know. As I said, I don't really know what it's for. But of course, in the game world, it's called a pivot point. Of course, it's called a pivot point. So if anybody actually really knows, honestly, what this actually is for, really, I don't mean, oh, just take a guess. Leave a comment in the video. I'm really curious to find out what it's actually for. Honestly and truly. So, as I said, if you didn't actually know, I don't mean take like some random kind of guess. I don't mean that. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, it's just a pivot point. Yeah, I know it's just a pivot point. I get that. But what actually is it? And why did they use this specific shape for a pivot point? Because there's nothing really too special about it, except it looks different. Maybe, therefore, maybe they're thinking, oh, that's the exact reason why we used it, because it looked different. I'm thinking, nope, that's just another excuse. I mean, why did you actually go to the trouble of actually making this? And not only that, whoever made it, really, is a really kind of lousy kind of modeler because they didn't even, they couldn't even be bothered to kind of glue the actual thing together. I think, I know they don't have to glue it together. I know that because I model myself. But if you look at it, look at my model, my interpretation of whatever it is, it's all actually physically glued together. So yeah, not that it makes a difference anyway, but I'm saying, if I'm kind of messing around with a bit of geometry, and if it's something kind of different, something kind of unique, I want it separate. I want to go here, I want to split it, and I want to go here, separate selection, and then I want to hide it. So I've got just the bars. So I'm thinking, great, what do you want to do with the bars? Well, the bars are different colours, as you can see by this thing over here. So I think, okay, so we want to split the bars, right click, split, right click, separate, selection, hide it, and turn it around this way, have a look. Look at the bar, thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on with that? Where did that come from? Where did that artifact come from? See that thing inside there? I don't think so. No, I don't want none of that. As I said, get rid of that because it doesn't have a tube inside the tube. It ain't that good. So I think you get this one, split, right click, separate, selection. That's our new one. I think, okay, what's that? Okay, I'm not even going to try and fix it. I'm just going to get rid of that. I'll come back and check it. So let's hide this. Let's go back in here. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Of course, it's missing the face. Like all my videos, when I tell you, when I make a video about it, you have to go around and kind of fix the faces because Blender can't just leave it alone. I said, fix the tube so everything's looking nice, looking perfect. Check your tube, make sure that tube's nice. Yep, it looks good. Bring back the main tube, we don't want that yet. Bring this back, kind of half tilted. Click on this, go here, select. Now what I'm going to do, just so we, what's that over there? Get rid of that, because we don't want any artifacts kind of drifting around our world. Ah, and you, whatever that is, what's that? Oh, it's half my ball. So half my ball's missing. I think, how great is that? Okay, if you want to try and be clever, let's go here and let's delete the ball. I don't want nothing like that. I don't want no dodgy things going on in my game mode. I don't want extra things in there. The computer's bad enough as it is. Right click, split, right click, separate, selection. Ready, half tilted. Select all these. Right click, split, right click, separate, selection. Ready. This one, right click, split, right click, separate, selection. Then of course this is the last and final one. So we go here, split, separate, go here, and delete that thing. Now bring this back because according to this, we've got a couple of missing pieces and we've got an extra piece in there. I think in there, I like extra pieces. Go here, select this and get rid of it. Thinking, what's that? Right there, look. Thinking, don't think so. Let's look around it, make sure there's no extras. What's going on down there? Could be a shadow. Let's go and have a look. Thinking, yeah, I don't think it's a shadow. Could be a shadow. Yeah, I think it is a shadow. So as I said, look around the geometry, because according to that geometry, apart from the hole in the ball, I'm not worried about that yet. One of these little cones over here, apparently, has got a missing face. This one here. As I said, I noticed it when I kind of deleted it off the other mechanism. So go here, As I said, I don't want to be gaping a hole inside my graphics. So fix that. So now it looks like this. I'm thinking, perfect. That's a better cone looking system. So I think you can go here. Look at my little system. I think thinking, do I want to fill in the actual ring? I'm thinking, what's it done to my ball? Yeah, it's kind of destroyed my ball. I'm thinking, kind of great. Go here, go here, go here. Fill that back to here. Because it's kind of put a face down there. I'm thinking, my ball don't go like that. Not really, does it? Yeah, I don't need to put the top of this in because obviously it don't need to be there. But I just want to make sure that the ball itself is perfect. As I said, I don't want to share something and then you'll find out that, later on it's half missing. And then all I've got to do is take the middle of that and just delete it. So as I said, I don't need to do that. So as I said, it's only there just for to look at basically. As I said, all the holes like this, look, you see how this one, you see how none of the faces have got pins in them, apart from this one. So I'm thinking, it's nice to keep that bit and look over here. You're thinking, oh yeah, what's going on with that? Kind of destroying the model a little bit. I think, okay, as I said, I want to be able to fix it. So as I said, I don't want no kind of any kind of mistakes in the kind of geometry. Of course, it's only a pivot point, so it really doesn't really matter because it's only there kind of for reference. Okay, yeah, this side looks kind of a bit kind of destroyed. I think I've got something that kind of floats in midair over here, nowhere near the model. Um, Let me get rid of that because I don't know why it's floating midair. And this one, and this one, and this one supposed to join, and yeah, of course it's back to front. Thank you, Brenda. Like a little piece of magic, that is. So go here. Of course, as you can see, this one's not in the right place. So thinking, and what's that? I've got an extra face on it. Really? See that face behind there? Okay. As I said, I like to check my geometry and make sure that it's all kind of flipped around the correct way. Go back to here. As I said, I don't want extra little pieces inside my geometry because it's just going to cause memory problems. Otherwise, my computer's going to get stressed. I think, no thank you. Especially for something that's not supposed to be there. And of course, this face here is in totally again in the wrong place. Don't know why you put it down there. I really don't. As I said, the point is there. Okay, I've got another point there. I've got an extra point there. Brilliant. So I've got another extra point over here. Click that and completely dissolve it. Now look at it. How great is that? As I said, I'm just kind of showing you my content. So as you can see, I am building it from scratch. Just to let you know that. As I said, I don't know why it's got extra faces inside of the geometry. As I said, like this face here, I can tick on that now and just leave that. I don't need that. So, kind of okay, but I'm thinking, what's going on with this part? Looks like I'm missing a couple of faces out of there. See the circle? Let me bring back my bar. Not that bar, not that bar. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah. Okay, so there should be a pin there, and there should be a. See here? See a dot right there, and that dot there. There's one there, there's one there, there's one missing here. I think, hang on a minute. How can that dot and the one missing there? Again, how can the two dots be missing? Because I pulled this face out of here originally. I'm thinking, yeah, kind of a bit strange, right? How we're going about doing this part? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to press K on the keyboard, and I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to join it right to the edge of that, and say, yep, and press K on the keyboard. Now what I'm going to do is press K on the keyboard, and I'm going to kind of join it, kind of half tilted like this. I'm going to press K on the keyboard. Notice how the point's there, it's not over there. Here, approximately here, and I want to bring it to there, but can't yet. So bring it to here, just kind of make up the kind of space that you want. Go from here and snap it with that corner. As I said, you don't have to do this, but I want the little dots back where they're supposed to be. So it goes like that. So if I hide this, that's how it's supposed to connect, but it's not supposed to connect like that because this one has to go over there. So what I need to do is press this. So from this point to this point, just what are you doing? Oh, I can't connect it. How come I can't connect it? Okay, so it's not allowing me to connect that to that, but it will. So you go here, you click the face, and you get rid of it. And you go back into points. Click this point, and this point. Say, yep. As I said, I don't know why it just doesn't join in the first place. As I said, we need this point, so let's bring this back. Okay, so this is the main point right there. So what I'm going to do is hold this. I'm going to press K on the keyboard. I'm going to join it from point A to point B. And I'm going to say yes. Just so it joins up that little piece there. Bring this back. Of course, my other point is right there. Great. So what do I want to do? First of all, I don't want to do that. So stop using my geometry. So put back here. Press K on the keyboard. Go from here to here. And press enter. Now, of course, what we should be able to do is connect this point, because we hold it all together, to here. And now we've just repaired a little bit of damage that's on our stick. Okay, as I say, once you're happy with it, go over here, just save it, just in case it decides to crash. Now, of course, all you want to do is look at all of this, go back into object mode, look at your pivot. I'm thinking, okay, so what colour is the pivot? Well, because it doesn't have a colour, and I do need a reference, I'm thinking ideally I could do with basically separating the end caps, so I can put, let's say, some alpha on it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do blender black. So, yeah. So the end caps look like that. So this is the pivot point. This is Emma's pivot point, by the way. So back here, back to save. So Emma's one is black, white, and blue. Just to let you know that. Go back to here, save a new pivot point. This one I'll be sharing on the internet. So of course, look at the colours. Look here. Further, we'll just flip it around so you can kind of get an idea on how it looks. So if you point in this direction, this one over here is red. Put the shield on it, press this, and it's kind of red. So what kind of red is it? Is it that red or that red? It's actually that red down there. Of course, it's not that kind of red. So let's change that. Let's go to red. Because it's red. And this one, and yeah, that's red too. Yeah, press this. Of course, you can press that, or you can just press that. It doesn't matter. Just press red. Which is kind of great. So here. So what colour is that one? Of course, that colour is green. So we can have this kind of green. That's the kind of green it is. Almost the same colour as the floor. Go here. Go here. Repaint the actual colour. Green. So now it looks like that. And now it's a big colourful stick. I've been doing perfect. And this colour, of course, blue. Because it's part of the up. Now, if that's up, then this down, of course, would it be the same blue? Probably not. So we're going to make this one darker. Okay, this is the sky, this is underground. Okay, it's still blue. So to give you an idea now, obviously when you look at these, this one is forward, this one is backwards. So you're thinking, well, how can you tell the difference, really, between forward and backwards? That's what I said. If you change the endpoint on here, this one is the bottom, so let's say it's underground, so it's black. This one's in the sky, so basically it's blue. This one's forward, so maybe it can go towards the light, so it's white. This one backwards, so it will be back, so black. So as I said, you could do the same thing that way when you're looking at it. You kind of know which direction you go. Of course, you don't need to know that, but you can just look here. And then if you look this side, you say this one over here is this way, and this one over here is backwards. So this is back and this is forward. That's how you tell the difference where you are in the game world. So find the main ball, which is here. Select all of this. Go here. Go to here. Not joining. Go to add parent. Parent the whole entire lot. Okay, I want to go here. 6 pivot. Copy the name because I'm going to get ready for sharing. So go here. Go to here. Export. Now we can export this into a couple of different files. So I'm going to export it first, as you may know, as Collada. It's going to be called the 6 pivot. Now, when I've done that, it makes sure it's all on 0, which it is. Go back to here, export it as an OpenJ, as a 6 pivot. Say, yep, yeah, get rid of that. Go back. So you go on the internet and you download my file. If you downloaded it, it's going to come down as a. You think it come down as an OBJ. You can have it an OBJ if you want to. Load it into the game mode, it just loads like that. Grab that and put it all around level if you want to. I'm not doing that, so what I'm going to do is go back here, export, because we want to make sure that it's available for everybody. Go to Glyph, leave it downloads, go here, 6 center pivot. Of course, we want to copyright it to Emily, because not for any particular reason. We just kind of, because it's part of the game world, we'll stick her name on it. I'll stick my name on it because it's the same difference. And that's it, basically. So now what we can do, we can look in the pivot part section, look inside here, find our new file, which is here. Look up the windows, have a little look at it, thinking, okay, this is my new 6 direction, basically stick. So as you see, the bottom is slightly darker to the top, because that's underground, that's the top. So anyway, I would basically paint the tip of the arrow. So if it's forward, it's going towards light, and if it's back, it's black. So yeah, so anyway, just to let you know that. But if you want the center pivot, click the link below the video and just download it. Absolutely free of charge. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the video. I very much appreciate it. Stay safe, don't forget to like it. See you soon. Bye.